Hello, everybody. My name is Quake and Bacon. I don't know if I've ever expressed this before, but I love HMS Beyblades. They are the coolest Beyblades of all time. I think it's one of the best generations. I think it's also a shame that the actual series of HMS Beys was cut short, much like Zero G. The franchise of Beyblade just ran out of funding, and I think it's a total travesty. These bays used a mixture of plastic and metal contact points. They were very small and compact, and they used a ton of force, and were actually capable of directly contending with the much larger plastic counterparts from Bakuten Shoot or just Plastic Gen. I also enjoyed MFB, that's what I grew up on, and I liked Burst. So that's kind of where C4 came from, was the desire to have basically C4, a hybrid of Burst HMS. I wouldn't feel comfortable saying that C4 is equivalent to MFB and their spin power yet, but I do want to get there someday. I've been scheming. I've been thinking about things. But the inspiration of C4 being HMS is obvious to anyone who's a veteran of Beyblade. And of the HMS bays that exist, one of my most favorite ones is a bay called Shining God MS, or Shining God Metal Sun. This thing is impossibly hard to acquire in mint condition, in box, because it was one of the last bays released, so it didn't have a ton of copies made. And it is also just one of the coolest looking bays in all of HMS, to me personally. I think it's great. So it has a kind of a similar ability to Diablo Nemesis, where once the actual attack ring is struck, the overall bay would actually kind of rotate forward a bit, and that would change the tip from either being attack to stamina or stamina to attack. And I was inspired to produce something similar. So in a night, I decided to start working on a C4 equivalent, or just a C4 bay that's inspired by Shining God MS, and I decided to call this bay GodStrike. It took me hour and a half to really iron out the blade shape and kind of get things modeled. And I was going to put it on a core called Ring Ball, which I had made for a prototype mode changer bay a couple months ago. Well, it was maybe even a year ago. And I left it overnight, and I wasn't sure if I really liked it. So I decided to circle back and do a couple regular cores with Ring Ball and tested out the power of GodStrike. And suffice to say, it strikes very hard with the might of God, if you will. So it definitely lives up to its name, but I felt that there was more to be done, especially with such a unique looking core. So I decided to circle back to the core itself and revisit it as a concept. So I had to go through a couple iterations to really get the core to work, because the CWD attachment was pretty easy. I think I got it first try, so all of my sizing worked out. And then the core itself had a small plate or a shelf that the CWD attachment would sit on top of for the free spin mode. And it took me a second because I wanted it to kind of all be one piece or really easy to assemble, but I ran into an issue where it was hard or difficult to get the screws into the actual core. I had to eventually concede and remove some support. I was worried that it was going to mean that the core would be more fragile, but it hasn't been the case. So eventually I printed the shaft part of core horizontally so that the layer lines were vertical, which prevented it from shearing. I haven't had to reprint it since. I removed two struts that allowed me to slide a screwdriver, a very small screwdriver, through the slit in the bottom of the core, and that allowed me to assemble it. And now the core operates perfectly. It functions perfectly, and I haven't really had any issues. So after kind of ironing out all of those things, I had it all printed out, and I asked my friend DK if he'd be willing to battle this new creation of mine and really test it out. And here's some of that footage.
All right, we're at the point where we can do a test battle. DK,
Hi.
I appreciate you lending me the Caesar of all dragons to test out my latest contraption.
You are the welcome.
Yeah, DK actually wasn't here for most of my construction of GodStrike, so he has no idea what it does.
It's true. I don't know what's happening.
I guess people don't really know what Dragon Caesar does either. Dragon Caesar uses one of the shortest cores in C4 currently, and is a dual spin attack type.
The dual spin demon, actually. I gotta say it right, but
right. Of course. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It's kind of fitting going up against GodStrike. What spin you want to be in?
Start me out on the left.
All right. Can Dragon Caesar
Left to riser.
Can
Left to riser.
Dragon Caesar beat the King of Kings? Find out next time. Right now, actually. You want like a tilt launch? What do you want?
Good one. Yeah, I like tilt. Yeah, tilt.
Here,
it's juicy tilt.
We'll do this guy first. Ooh, that's not good. That's 2 points for GodStrike.
Damn, bro, caught me off guard.
Same deal?
Yeah.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Dragon Caesar counters with a knockout of his own.
We are back. Alright. That's crazy.
Brutal.
Oh no. 4-2.
Dragon Caesar claims the legendary score lead.
Yeah, I hope Bro doesn't have the fortitude to come back from this one. That would be kind of wild. I support that. Good until it.
Alright. Can Dragon Caesar pull a spin off of GodStrike in order to get this W?
I mean, I hope so. I hope so.
Ooh, I think GodStrike got that. Had a little spin as it came down, where he soon came to a dead stop.
Yeah, I can see that actually.
4-3.
Yeah, 4-3.
Okay. It moves the whole stadium. Ooh, all out of juice though.
Juice? Where I'm going, I don't need any more juice. Hit this guy with a Roman Mercury right here. Never mind, he's slowed down to you.
Ooh, you take it.
Yeah. Now I just need us both to get 1 more point each, and
is that a 5-3 by the way?
I can get my joke. Yeah, 5-3.
We're on to another joke already.
Oh my god.
Alright. Well, it would appear that aggression is not the answer, so I'm going to go ahead and switch GodStrike into its defensive stance.
I don't like. Switch me in the right spin actually? I don't know if I like this guy.
Sure.
I don't like. I just don't know. Like I just think he's suspicious. I don't like this guy.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. No, like. Yeah, something just fell off.
Is that 7-2-3?
Also don't like that either. 7-3, yeah.
Come on, D. Daniel.
Yeah,
I thought about it.
No, go ahead. You already started from the finish.
D. Daniel, D. Kizzle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go again.
Watch this Roman Mercury burst right here. You ready for it? You ready for it? I'm gonna explode this guy's Beyblade like right here. Yeah. It's happening. It's going down for real.
7-4.
Shit. Okay. Alright.
Listen, shit. Ooh. 9-4.
Alright. It's oh my god.
A vicious counterattack. That's 9-6.
Oh it's 69. Hey, let's go. Great joke.
Ooh.
I knew it.
That was brutal.
I knew it. I know, but I knew it. I always believed in my Beyblade, obviously. Like, come on.
Right, clearly. Yeah, no, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Is that 11-6? Yeah, 11-6?
Sounds right, yeah.
What are we going up to? That's unfortunate, but you know what? Get this guy.
Right. 11... 7?
11-7?
Yeah.
11-7, yeah. 7-11? No way?
No way. You're getting all sorts of jokes here.
Alright.
Ooh! 13-7.
13-7 is crazy. Oh my god, get this guy. Get him. Is this possible? With your
It's kinda could be possible.
You think this is possible? Okay. I mean, with the way he's still
It is possible.
Yeah.
Was that 14?
Was it 14?
Yeah, 14-7.
14-7? Yeah. Double the point. Double the points!
Double the points!
Yeah. No, not yet.
Alright. DK.
14, not that high.
It's 14-9. The only way... I actually...
No.
You can't even get double the points. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Damn. Yeah. Tragic. What a tragedy! Tragedy!
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, that's need him to waste a little bit.
You might be able to stall out. You might be able to stall out. There's a chance.
Be close.
It doesn't have great center stamina, so there is a chance.
Yeah, it's a wobbling a little bit. I can see.
There's actually a small divot or dent in the stadium, right at the center. So it's actually spinning perfectly beyond that. Ah, okay. That's 14-10.
14-10. Yeah, 14-10.
Come on, D. Daniel K. Kizzle. Just brutalize it, murder it.
Yeah, well, I might have to switch to my ultimate technique. What is a god? To an unbelief! Sorry. I was cooking that one up 2 rounds ago. I was hoping I was gonna kill 2 rounds ago. Yeah.
Alright. Well, that does it for now. Both GodStrike and Dragon Caesar seem to have taken a little bit of damage from this fight, but beyond that, I think it was a good first outing. Dragon Caesar is one of the most powerful C4 bays ever made. It is. It's pretty interesting to see that a bay that was kind of made in a night was able to directly contend with something this powerful. Was it 16-10?
Yeah, 16-10.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Okay.
So GodStrike didn't win, obviously, but I recorded another battle video with DK later on, and then circled back to some free play just because, you know, I was hanging out with him and I wanted to kind of get more of a feel for GodStrike. I don't know if you noticed, but I had, in order to kind of protect GodStrike from the power of Dragon Caesar, because it just really has a ton of attack power, I figured throttling the striking capability of GodStrike would help protect it from Dragon Caesar, but it kind of made it more vulnerable instead. So that was my mistake, or my bad call. And I figured this out because I switched GodStrike back to its attack mode, and then this happened.
And it may fuck up my performance against everybody else.
I can't believe that. That's insane. Can you see that? Clean through the long side. Ripped up this panel as well. Yeah, I guess I made a bad call with this, because the attack mode was way more effective against you. Wow. This is a brand new core. Yikes. Completely shredded. That was like an hour worth of printing down the shitter. That's two of the major components of the core completely trashed.
As you can see, that was some serious damage. So it wasn't so much GodStrike's lack of power or inability to perform against one of the strongest C4 bays in existence so far. It was more just my lack of understanding on how to use it properly. And like I said in the clip, I think if I had left GodStrike in attack mode, I probably would have had Dragon Caesar beat. I don't really see any need to improve or change GodStrike's design. And I don't really feel a call to make a new form of GodStrike. It was user error, not the actual bay itself. I'm very pleased with GodStrike. But yeah, that's the video. If you liked it and want to see more, please like and subscribe and comment. Tell me what you'd be interested in seeing next. If there's any HMS bays that you really like that you'd want to see me try and make a bay that's kind of based off of or inspired by, I'd be willing to try that for sure. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. See you guys.